Hail and well met once again, dear adventurer. 'Tis I, Bard, they, them, and she, her, welcoming you to the Mad Realm. And in today's chat by the fire, I shall tell you about the lore of Mancy, the magic of Ascenscia, and its physical effect upon the body. Mutation. So, without further ado, let me tell you. The whole of Ascenscia is suffused with magic. Every natural feature harbors an immortal, and every act a mortal makes a devotion to one deity or another. The immortals watch over all, for their hieratic essence is what makes the world function. So too do ancient elders, those all-powerful dragons, primordials, and titans, slumber and spread madness with their whispering screams, with raw elemental madness. There's no part of Ascenscia which is not influenced by some form of magic, for all things are made from the manifestation of magic known as quintessence. The shaping of pure quintessence is spellcasting, which can be identified to aspects. High concentrations of one kind of magic coalesce and bleed from the wounds of the rifting. These gouges in the flesh of reality are rifts. Rifts are vast stretches of mutated terrain connecting the mortal realm to an immortal realm or the arcane realm. To behold and venture near a rift invites madness and the predations of whatever entities are associated with the aspect of sorcery. It is no scholarly secret that rifts are everywhere and abundant. The sky rift gives air to the world, while rifts of nature sustain the world just as the oceanic rift fills the seas. The Heartfire rift at the core of the planet snakes through caverns of the vast realm below, creating deserts and warm lands, in opposition to the ice rift at the northern pole of the planet. Ever do rifts clash to create everyday harmonies. Every land has several, and many will fiercely defend the rift associated with their home, if the rift and inhabiting entities can entice more than embitter. Crossing a rift requires fortitude of flesh and soul, for beyond are realms alike but violently different to the mortal one. Whether revered or reviled, rifts permeate Ascenscia as veins do the body. Into the mortal realms come bleeding the influences of magic. Two kinds of magic, divine hieromancy and chaotic arcanomancy, clash to shape the world. Those with the will or blood to speak to these forces to cast spells are mancers. Only the most devoted or scarred become mancers, for to be one requires a will that can survive the extortion of the soul an aspect's origin demands. Hieromancy comes from the immortals themselves, and is the most varied of all magics, as it is conjecture which forms it. A hieromancer of family may use fire as it sustains people, while another of kindred may gain guidance from the spirits of the dead. Both may follow the same god in a different form, but it is the same immortal. No matter the devotion, a hieratic aspect is gained from the trust of an immortal after engendering such from sacrifice to their unending hunger. Prayer, offerings, devotions, and sacrifice is the tongue which every mortal speaks, and it is the tongue which mortals stutter and gibber for the hope of wielding vast power. Astral arcana, chaos, the aeon, and twilight all describe the opposite of hieratic magic. Arcana is an ancient magic, the magic which formed the first elements in the maddening maelstrom, where the half-slumbering, whisper-shrieking they-she who are mad is tended by their lovers and her fractured shards, the ancient elders. It is the oldest sorcery which destroys and creates, lashing like a wild storm before settling into an idyllic calm, before randomly returning to its catastrophic motion. Arcana is not practiced, but shackled momentarily. Its mutated, insane practitioners convulse as they shout prophecies and self-mutilate in fits of emotional turmoil. The entities of pure astral are no better than when they are awake. The presence of an ancient elder changes the land into its first chaotic form until the cacophony of elements breaks and the first powers that were unleash maddening convulsions of magic. It was Arcana that tore the world asunder to form Ascenscia, and every year for 19 consecutive days the entire planet is swathed with Arcana as it was during the rifting, resulting in new wonders and horrors. The aspects of the twilight are each a facet of the singular She Who Is Mad that composes the whole. Study of the mystic arts, the higher mysteries, will drive any scholar insane as they cope with the realities of their mortal selves' falsehoods. Some occultists shall go madder hastily, while others find a gradual decline in their affliction. Either way, be it hieratic, arcane, or both, magic warps the mind with the weight of infinity. Cursed tomes are filled with centuries of prophecies, astronomical calculations, alignments of physicae, realm studies, theological and arcane theories, and blood-scriven words and long-dead tongues. The higher mysteries shall manifest within the mind of its students like a whisper at first. Chaos scholars say to hear the whispers of the Mad One is to know a fraction of what arcanomancers hear at all times, while hieratic occultists turn the eyes of tormenting immortals to the reader. The powers beyond mortal can listen for their names, so they may twist the minds of mortals. But by comprehending the magic of the world, one guards themselves and others from the perils of eldritch beings at the precipice of life and death. When one falls, another takes up the quill to pen another chapter. In every culture, a battle between academic zealots rages for the preservation of this lore. Brutal showdowns between firebrands and occultists sweep communities. Everywhere one can find settlement, they shall find those who wish to bind themselves and others to terrors beyond the veil, clashing with arms and speech against those who wish to blind themselves and others to beyond human sense. In such conflicts of ideology, all suffer when the scions of each philosophy call upon higher powers to ravage the apostate, the iconoclast, the recalcitrant, and the fool. Sorcery warps the flesh too, as much as it does the mind. A rift may warp the land, magic may twist the flesh. Mutation is a daily fact of Ascensian life. Wise persons study omens and charts fervently to produce almanacs in preparation for the unknowable future. Every animal upon Ascenscia, save for some domestic beasts, is a mutant. Hybrids, ancient beasts resurrected and changed, and highly evolved animals from before the rifting prowl the wilds. They are the creatures that stalk the terror dreams of mortals and give a reason for humanity to stay behind their walls close to a fire. Some even are warped into monsters, animals that the immortals herald with ill omens. Malformed creatures lope the deepest wilds, clawing their way to human lands for unbound slaughter. The rampant mutation among beasts is how sentients of all walks of life are aware of the realm of life's constant magical mutation. Evolution. Evolution and mutation are one and the same, with the only difference being time. Hunters know to study beasts close, to see changes in the flesh, because one day the established law of nature may be amended with the viscera of prey. Beasts are more likely to be mutated by the rampant realm of life, since they possess neither the soul to harness spellcraft nor the mind to maintain their self. Only some animals, cats and dogs, are immune to wild mutation. This, it is theorized, is because of divine influence in the presence of humanity warding off evils. For this reason, cats and dogs are kept in abundance for their ability to sense magic humans may not perceive. Additionally, Fell sorceries cast by hieratic paragons disfigure the pure. Many afflictions of the flesh are born from spellcraft honed by sorcerers. With a word and a motion, a victim's body may betray itself, turning into a canker-ridden cretin. Once struck with a mutation, it is advised to exorcise the flesh, lest it corrupt the body further into unnatural forms. Bands of mutants who face discrimination or indulge in debased instinct conglomerate in the wilds with convorting animal things, bubbling masses of flesh, and beasts like us. Dark are the days when a warlord can unite the bands into one braying, cackling ensemble, chanting praises to whatever dark powers enthrall their souls while laying waste to the bastions of good. For those born of an immortal, they become rifted humans, mutated by the progenitor. Favor and disfavor alike are met with excruciating change for all who draw the gaze of the gods. To be a rifted is to experience living godhood and paranoia stemming from watchful sires. The kin of a rifted may be praised for bringing a scion of the beyond to the mortal realm, or executed for allowing a heinous influence to taint their lineage, as with any disfigured thrashing whelp. Only arcanomancers seem to willingly embrace their mutations without fail. For arcanomancers, mutation is neither boon or condemnation, for the Astra does not distinguish, only does. It is not uncommon for arcanomancers who have cast many spells and survived to take after an ancient elder's elemental countenance. Twisted skeletal growths sprout from their form, claws and fangs sprout from scars that may or may not have self-inflicted, eyes of all colors half slumber, and many more eldritch features come in abundance to arcanomancers. Yet unlike hieratic mutants, arcanomancers maintain their sense of personhood, even if their emotions are intensified to a perturbing amount. Their stigmata are painful, yet they do not fear to be human and act freely as they wish. Not all mutations are harmful, however. The various species of humanity are all mutants of the mutated primogenitor humans themselves. No prejudice surrounds them, for they are found the world over and in plentiful numbers. Any human species may be born from another without loathing. Be it curses or exposure to an aspect's quintessence, all will mutate. The rifting withered those who could not stand the influx of magic. The few survivors were warped into new forms. Primogenitor humans stand 3 feet taller than their ancestors and possess stronger souls, greater tolerances to pain and magic, and physiology sculpted for the violence of Ascenscia. The other mutant species of humanity have taken the adaptations of primogenitor humans to extremes of survival. The panoply of human life stands testament to the endurance of the species against the agonies of an uncaring universe. Even if flesh must change, the spirit will survive. I myself wonder if perhaps the spirit indomitable is a result of these mutations, a collective sorcery that grows from these new bodies, or if it has always existed and only now has had such extreme emotions to manifest. Hearken now these words from one venturer whom has come and gone, is and was love and been loved, lost and been lost, lived and died, killed and been killed. Magic is in the blood, bones, and flesh of all things from earth to mortal. We stand undaunted against the spell storm and wield our blade against the abomination until it is no more. The universe is at our command, for with an offering of blood, the earth may buckle and spirits may come forth to serve. Thank you for listening to this episode of Tales of Mortality. a podcast surrounding the world building project of me, Bard, woo! Known as Ascenscia, a planet that is racked by chaos and madness, where humanity survives against horrors, both of the natural and supernatural variety, through themselves and the spirit indomitable. This world building project, as well as the art featured in this episode, are owned by me, woo, and created by me, woo, Bard. If you'd like to support this project, please like, comment, share, do all that stuff that helps the YouTube algorithm. Just generally send this. And furthermore, if you'd like to see other art that I do or that you might have seen on this channel, you can follow me on Instagram at Bard of the Mad Realm, which has the same profile picture as the YouTube profile picture. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed today's episode. I will see you all next week. And without further ado, always remember, may chaos reign. Bye-bye.